going, guys? Joe Vizio here. Let's play a game. Conversations with my mother, huh? So, my mom comes out of her room and she says to me, I think I'm going to go up north with my sister and live with my sister. Really? She asked me what I thought of it. And I'm sure that, by the way I was in her room packing her clothes, she could get a good gauge about how I felt. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't doing that. I told her, I said, I thought this is the best thing for you. That, you know, there's no telling how much time you got left. You may as well get out and enjoy what little bit of time you got left, you know? Kids are grown and don't need, I mean, she don't even talk to her daughter. And I had made a video about how she started talking to my sister again, and that's going to kind of spiral through this conversation. I'll get back to that in a minute. But yeah, I just told her, you know, your kids don't need you anymore. Just get out and enjoy yourself. Go stay with your sister and be happy. So, I guess she's still pondering this as my wife's in her room packing her bags. Just kidding. So as we're talking, and she says something about my sister, and this is kind of what got us, you know, talking about my sister. And I asked her, I said, did she finally get to buy a house? She says, no, I think she's renting a house over near where your father lives, and, you know, and telling me how they paid off a lot of her husband's college debt, and you know, and they were well on their way. And I was like, you know, I'm glad that she's doing something like that. I hope that she can buy a house. You know, I hope that good things happen for her. And she says, oh, well, she won't even tell me where her house is. You know, I'm sorry. I said, that's probably from me. She probably thinks that I'm going to show up and I'm going to look at her house, or I'm going to do something to her house. And I said, Mom, I said, I don't give a fuck about any of those people. I said, no contact is no contact. I'm not sitting here waiting for somebody to show up on my doorstep with flowers and $1 million check and, oh, we're so sorry we did this. I said, I just closed the door right in their fucking faces. They're dead to me. So I don't care about that. I said, but she thinks that it has something to do with her and her father. And I said, this is about you, pointing to my mother. I said, mine and my sister's big rift comes through you. And I explained to her how my sister told me that I have to go up to Jacksonville, and this time we lived all the way down in the south central part of Florida. We had to drive all the way up to Jacksonville to rescue my mom from her husband. And my sister told me that she was going to help me out, have my mom come and live with me, and she was going to help me out, and she'd be down to take her out and do things with her, and then it never happened. I mean, I got suckered. I got suckered big time, and I've been stuck with my mother ever since. I think in the 9 years or 10 years, whatever it is, that my mother has been living over here, either with me or under my watch, my sister has maybe been out 4 or 5 times. That's where my rift is with my sister. And I understand the whole no contact concept and all that kind of shit. You know, that's wrong. Because she suckered me into doing this, that we were going to help this woman out, and then she just fucking ditched me. So, That's what I said to her, that it wasn't, she thinks that the rift is something to do with my father, and it's not. It's all centered around my mother. So, and my wife, of course, she's chiming in, and, and she's telling my mother that, because my mother had mentioned to my sister one time that she should try and buy a house somewhere in between where I live and where my father lives, so she can go down and see her. And of course my wife is, oh, well, that's why she found out you wanted to see her, and she got as far away from you as she can. Which is probably true. So anyway, keep your fingers crossed for me. Maybe mom will end up going up there with her. And as we're talking, as we're going into this a little bit with my sister, I forget what it was. I had mentioned something about how my mother and my sister would call me retarded, because it was really my mother's idea to try and send me to psychiatric counseling when I was a kid. And mind you, I was 7, 8, 9 years old doing this, and this is why I told you, of course, as much as she was trying to get me diagnosed with something, day job, just a normal hyperactive kid. Cut down on my sugar intake and buckle up. That's what it was. But right away, my mom started to accuse my father. Oh, this was your father's doing, and your father wanted to do all that, and and your sister was the one that was calling you retarded because she was teasing you. And I'm just saying, I'm like, no, Mom, that was all of you, and I do not pass the responsibility. And she kind of, stayed quiet about it. She didn't want to step on that subject any further. And she, kind of eventually just kind of up and peacefully walked out into her room. It's like the conversation was over. So she had okay, I need to get ready for whatever the hell she was doing. So, as she walked out of the room, I said to my wife, I said, have you ever seen my mom hiding food? She says, oh yeah, I see her do it all the time. I said, and why does she hide it? My wife says, oh, because she's afraid you're going to eat it all. I said, my sister does that, right? Oh yeah, she's seen my sister pull tubs of snacks out from underneath her couch. So my sister did that her whole life because she was afraid I was going to eat all of her food. So where do you think my sister learned that from? My wife is just kind of, so when she does this, when I say something like that and my mother starts blaming other people, remember this conversation we're having right here, where it all comes from. It is the truth. Let me give you a momism real quick, my momism. Was yesterday, we opened up a piece of mail. It was probably, sitting on a table for a little bit. We didn't open it up. It was addressed to the parent of my youngest daughter. And we opened up this letter. And it says that something with our health insurance that would make us possibly eligible for a free cellular telephone. Look, I gave my wife an Obama phone? Are you kidding me? So we laughed and we had a good time about that. And I told my wife, I said, hell, fill out the application. So if they're going to give us a free Obama phone, I'll take a free Obama phone. Shit. I don't think I'm going to get much out of the government, so I may as well take whatever morsel might fall my way. Shit. So, just kind of clowning around. And this is yesterday, by the way. I peeked my head into my mom's room. And I said, hey, Mom, we might get an Obama phone. She looks and she's got the lines across her head. What? You mean for free? How are you going to get a free phone and I can't get it? Just like that, the same mannerisms, the same look of disgust. You're going to get something and I'm not going to get it? I said, Mom, I said, how about, hey, yeah, that's great. I hope you can get something like that. That'd be pretty cool. I said, no, the first thing you want to do is, you're getting something and not me? And she starts laughing a little bit. But she says, yeah, I hope you get, but I want one too. I kind of walked out of the room, and again, I said, damn, I wish I would have had a recording device. This would have been gold on Ollie's channel. Holy poop, man. I'm going to walk around with a GoPro camera attached to my head. These people are gold. What are you going to do, right? So, yeah, man, I think tonight, me and my wife are going to start loading up the van. Put my mom's shit in there. Don't worry, Mom, we'll tie the cat to the roof. No, we really wouldn't do that. It's just a joke. But we'll see. Keep your fingers crossed for me. That would solve a lot of problems. And let me tell you what. Once she gets up there, I'm disconnecting the phone. Hell, I think I'm going to move. I think I'm going to sell my house. Even if I sell my house at a loss, I'm out of here. So, we'll see. I appreciate your time. If you stuck it after this, I hope you enjoyed it. No animals were harmed in the making of this video, so no, I didn't. I'm not going to tie my mom's cat to the roof of the car. And do what you can to get yourself some help. If you have a channel, you want me to put a link, I'll put a link, and maybe my couple subscribers might be able to subscribe to your channel, and, you know, we'll make our own network. Screw everybody. And be good.